ceramic is garbage. And hang on a second. What I would do is this. If I were you, I would do this. If you need to have, if you absolutely must have a Daytona blue dial, excuse me, if you want to have a Daytona, if you need to have a Daytona, I would get this. This is a bad picture. It's a bad picture, but it's a white gold blue dial. 35 grand roughly is the price. This watch is a future classic. Oh, there we go. That's the problem. No sound? Was that the problem? Was that the problem that there was no sound? No sound. Shit. Okay, you know what? I'll start again. I'll start again here. No sound, no money. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. We'll start. Oh, shit. This is what happens when you get a car. Okay. All right, let me start again. Let's start again from the beginning. Let's start again. All right. So, there we go. Sozo, you be the first. All right. Okay. So we got a new aristocrat joining the channel. This is Baron Omar. He's joined the channel, and he sends me a random email. This is all it says. It says I'm a member, aristocrat, and just images. He doesn't tell me anything, no questions, nothing, just pictures. And like I'm supposed to figure out what he wants, questions. I don't know. That's right. We need to get some used slider condition sound equipment here. Okay, now we got people watching. All right. This is difficult. All right. But that's what happens. We got onto a bad start with this guy's email. There was no information. The comms. All right. So what do we got here? We'll go through it real quick. We got the new Calatrava, which is I forgot what the model number is, but I like this model, actually. It's a classic. It's a real classic, seriously. I think it's a 38 millimeter. It's a little bit big. You got this dog. It's a LeCoultre, on a spandex bracelet or whatever. It's a dog. When I talk about vintage watches, just to be clear, guys, when I talk about vintage watches, I'm not talking about shit like this. This is garbage. He probably inherited it, whatever. It's probably got sentimental value. So, I don't know. We all get stuck with those things, but, whatever. I don't think he bought it. But how do I know? It doesn't tell me anything. It's just random stuff. Okay, we got the Rolex Air King steel blue dial, which is nice. At least you got a nice dial. You got a nice dial, blue dial. Otherwise, Air King is a dog with fleas. I know some of the tomato cans like it. This is a real tomato can watch, a real crayon eater watch. Yeah, this is the one that the EDs are trying to dump onto the crayon eaters. The blue doll, maybe not so much, but I'd get rid of this. You got a Cartier. This is a Pasha. I don't know what this is. I think he also probably inherited this or something. There's no way this guy bought this. I can't see this. Dog with fleas, but whatever. Okay, we got a Rolex Daytona. Now, look. This is not the Archie Luxury channel. There we go. The Green Rush, the Duke coming in. Please watch the moving advertisement below. Read it 3 times. Exactly. Look, guys, when you join this channel, you get a free watch collection review for a limited time only. I'm getting tired of doing this. $5. I'm not doing. Listen, we just figured we'll get some content, but this is worth like at least $500, $1,000. Come on. People aren't taking it seriously at these low levels. The guy sends me a bunch of pictures with no questions, no comments. I don't even know what he wants. So we're gonna raise the price for this going forward. So we got the Rolex Daytona. I hate this watch. It's total garbage. I mean, this is what the tomato cans and the crayon eaters, the window lickers, the Kukistanis, the Chomostanis, Bukyakistanis, they love this watch. They love this watch. Why? It's a Rolex Daytona. And they were told by everybody else, by all the other sheep, that this is a cool watch. It's not. It's a piece of garbage. The ceramic really destroys the watch, in my opinion. You really want, look, if you're going to get this, you got to have at least with the original, steel bezel, or at least get a two-tone with a gold bezel. Or, you know what? Look, if you want to play in the Daytona game, and this guy, I think this guy's got some resources. He can write a check. He's got a nice Patek here. He's got about 70,000 worth of watches. Look, I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice. Here's what you're going to do here, my friend. Get rid of this piece of trash, this garbage. This is basically, this watch is like a passport. Instead of carrying your Chomo stand passport, you just carry this watch. You wear this watch. It's pure garbage. And, everybody will know you're a citizen of Chomo stand. That's right. Juan and Kino, they've both been deported to La Isla del Cucarachas. He's, I think he did get the operation. He's now officially Juanita. If you've noticed, all his new videos now are coming from a new location. He was spotted wearing an orange life vest, which is what the Department of Homeland Security, they gave it to him when they put him on the rowboat. They said, Juan, here is your life jacket, and here is your rowboat, and remo, papi, remo. You know what that means? You know what remo means? You Google it. That's right. Unbelievable. We can't grift. That's right. Baron Godwin's got it right. We can't do the grifting without the super chats. You gotta send the super chats so we can keep the grift going. Look, it takes a lot of money to grift with this channel. By the way, you know what happened? We had a great live stream that day. We had the Manny Koshbin watch collection review. A lot of time went into this. Millions of dollars went into doing that video, and YouTube pulled it down. Why? You know why? You know why YouTube pulled it down? Because we had that guy with the toupee, that guy with the orange toupee, the old man with the orange toupee from Beverly Hills. The guy who wears the orange pants and the green shoes, and producer Michael. I think he probably complained, and the video got pulled down, and the video is gone. That's right. I can't re-upload it because, YouTube might give me a copyright strike or something. I don't know. But this producer Michael thing, I think, the video he was in there. I wasn't reviewing his collection. We're talking about Manny Koshbin's car collection and his watches. This fucking producer Michael, fuck him where he breathes. That's right. This is Green Rush, completely, look, full transparency. This is the only honest watch channel there is. The only watch channel out there. We tell you what like it is. Okay, we're not here to be friends. We're not here to make friends with you. Okay, we're not here to sell you any donations to dogs charities, cat charities, whatever. You got a couple of these Chomo Stanis, this Bukyakistani. You got that Cuck doing a fake cat and dog charity. You got some drunken. I don't know if I was going to say she's a prostitute, but I don't know if she was ever convicted for prostitution. But I think she had some legal issues. She was in the pokey. I'm not going to mention any names, but she had some fake dog charity for a dog she claimed to have adopted. Let me tell you how low these watch channels are. Let me tell you how low these watch channels are. You had this low life trollop. That's right, this trollop. This gutter snipe on one of these channels, very attractive. I don't say very. Yeah, she was attractive, like a MILF type. And that. Listen. And by the way, very good personality on YouTube. I think she might have been a little bit drunk, a little bit whatever. But all the simps, on all these channels, the Curlys, the Babas, what is it? The O'Cucks, the JJs, the all these simps, Patel Philippe, they all started donating to her thing, right? And she brought in a couple of grand, but the grift was this. The grift was she claimed to have adopted some raggedy dog. It was like some pit bull or something, some raggedy dog. And she said, oh, yeah, we're doing a dog shelter, a dog adoption. I'm raising money. And that, by the way, if you're going to pull a scam, pets, dogs, cats, that's the way to do it. Dogs and cats. Everybody loves dogs and cats. That's the way you got to do it. Let me tell you something. You got these these people who like dogs and cats more than they like human beings, and that's what they will donate money to, right? So you got these simps that sent her money, and then she disappeared. And then what happened apparently was, there we go, pay up. We got the Duke Green Rush with a $20 channel sponsorship. So this Blondie basically scammed all the punters. She raised thousands of dollars for some fake dog adoption or whatever. And then she gave, apparently, from what I understand, is she gave that dog back to the shelter. She abandoned the dog. And then she got some money out of this guy, Baba, Golden Baba. I think that's the name of this guy's username on one of these channels. And this guy is some wacko. He's some whack job, a real nut job. And I think he's her boyfriend. He's a sugar daddy now, right? He's her mega simp. He's the mega simp. He's the mega simp for Blondie. He's giving her money. And that's what these channels do. Wow, the viewership just went up. We start talking drama, the viewership increases. Should we pivot to more drama or go back to watches? I don't know. Green Rush, your call. You're the show sponsor today. You want drama or you want watch reviews? So anyway, so you got these grifters. Then you got this O'Cuck raising money for fake charities, some dog and cat charity, and for the for the wildfires in Malibu, whatever. He's doing it. Allegedly, he's raising money for dogs and cats affected by the LA fires. Now, listen. First of all, let me tell you something. Okay. The dogs and cats are fine, okay? These people in Malibu and whatever, they got plenty of money, okay? When your $10 million house burns down, you're okay. By the way, I was in Marina Del Rey about a week ago, 2 weeks ago in Marina Del Rey overnight. I had to stop off at my favorite hotel, the Marina Del Rey Hotel. We're overlooking the water. That's the Colonel's choice. I got a good deal. The problem is all these LA hotels are jam-packed full of these refugees from the wildfires. And guess, they don't allow, I don't think they allow pets there, but I show up there. I got a decent deal. I like staying overlooking the water. I was just there for one night. I had to, be there on business. And the place was packed full of these refugees from the Malibu houses. And with their dogs. They all have dogs. They all have these expensive dogs. And again, I'm not knocking whatever, but and by the way, it's a tragedy. Look, I know it's hard to feel pity for somebody that they had a $10 million beach house burnt down. It's it's the third house, whatever, vacation house. Okay. No, but it's a serious thing. Seriously. I mean, you don't know what their situation is, right? You don't know, right? I mean, these things just went up like flames. They were gone. I mean, you look at what happened in Pacific Palisades. I mean, I used to drive through that neighborhood all the time. It was a beautiful area, Pacific Palisades. That's like the best place in LA. I mean, it's a little bit isolated, but what a great location. Place is like gone. Everything is just literally burnt to the ground in minutes. I can't imagine that even happened. I mean, Literally, I mean, it's an act of God. I mean, I don't know. What is the message? I mean, God is sending a message, or I don't know, it means something, right? Burning down this whole area in minutes. Anyway, so I'm there at the hotel, and I must have overheard, like, yeah, by the way, all the people there are, those refugees, right? I mean, and this is kind of tragic. I'm sitting there, I'm smoking a cigar on my balcony there, although I shouldn't be, but technically it's no smoking, but who knows, right? I'm outside, right? And I hear this lady, she's saying, yeah, we just paid off the beach house, we made the final payment, and it's burned down to the ground. We got to deal with the insurance company. And she's walking around with her dog. Everybody there has got their dogs. Listen, everybody escaped with their dogs, okay? No dogs. This whole idea of dogs being affected, no dogs are affected, okay? All these people, by the way, these people in California, in LA, they love their pets more than they love their family members. They care more about their dog than they care about their parents, all right? So when they need to escape their house, the first thing they do is they put their dog and their cat in the Range Rover, or in the Tesla, and then they think about, where's mom and dad or whatever, where's, what are their kids, and what do you call it? So there's nothing happening with those dogs and cats. But anyway, this low-life O'Cuck with the O'Cuck Watch channel and the Watch Colony, which is the Cuckistan Watch channel, they're raising money for this alleged so-called charity for the dogs and cats affected by wildfire. and he's raised, I think, $1,000 or something. I mean, and he's bragging about this. And you got Curly, Don Corleone of Chomostan. That's the Chomo channel. Curly, that's the Chomostan channel. This Bukyak, Curly, I don't know what these guys are. Anyway, let me tell you something. So this guy is flexing, this O'Cuck is flexing these Pateks, Rolexes that allegedly he owns, $50,000 watches, right? And he's raising. Let me tell you something. Okay, listen. When I'm buying expensive watches, I don't brag about donating to charities. Now, do I donate to charities? I do. Now, I don't talk about it. And believe me, before I buy an expensive watch, I guarantee you, usually I make a significant donation. Significant. We're not talking $1,000. Usually it's on par with what I'm buying, right? Doesn't matter. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to talk. It's my own personal business, okay? But don't brag. Listen, if you're wearing a $50,000 watch, don't be bragging about making $100 or $500 donation to a dog charity. All right, that's not a flex. All right, that's you're a scammer. You're trying to grift. And this O'Cuck, he's basically trying to groom. He's a fucking groomer. He's trying to grift and groom. He's trying to get the twinks. He's trying to do the grooming the twinks. We know about his predilection for young gentlemen of legal age. And, certain Asians and Latino young gentlemen, we know his type. We've talked about it on the channel. That's what he's after. He's a sick degenerate. I mean, he's a sick degenerate. Allegedly, he's a family guy, all that. But listen, I know a lot of guys. I thought they were, they're family men. All of a sudden, I got a funny story for you. Years ago, I'm in the conference business. I produced major conferences, on Wall Street, and, a guy shows up. I'm doing a conference at the Princeton Club, the Princeton Club. I would do my events at the Princeton Club, the Harvard Club. These are prestigious areas, right? I do a very serious event. And, a guy shows up, very, good-looking guy, he's, runs a hedge fund, whatever. And, we start talking. I remember this guy's name because I don't want to get into it, but, whatever, he tells me what he's doing, and okay, great. 10 years later, like literally out of nowhere, I'm for whatever reason I pivoted into the art business, and somehow or other I see this guy's name come up. I say, holy shit, it's the same guy. And he basically, I don't want to get into too many details. I don't want to dox this guy, but well, it's not doxing. I mean, it's a public, but there's an article about him. He's writing an article written about him. He's kind of he cornered a niche of the Andy Warhol market, a niche in the Andy Warhol market. Very smart guy. And he actually made a good move. I would have done it myself. But he basically cornered like this niche of the Warhol market, a certain niche. I don't want to get into too many details. And, it's a reading talk about him and his, he got about his husband, and they're living in a townhouse with their 2 sons. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I can't believe it. The guy looked at me as like, like he's a guy from, I think he was from the South, like Alabama or something, like a, conservative Southern type of guy, like educated. Now, I'm not talking about like a hillbilly. I'm talking about like, old money Southern type of vibe, right? I mean, this guy's old money Southern type of vibe, coming to the Colonel's events at the Princeton Club. Well, 10 years later, the guy is living with another man. He's married to another man and living with the kids in a townhouse in the village. What the fuck? I don't know what to make of it, right? It's a little weird, right? Everybody's got different lifestyles, who knows? So this old cuck, I mean, he claims to be the family man, whatever, but meanwhile, he was spotted with certain young gentlemen in Geneva Airport, etc. Listen, he's taken Artem Pizdets, aka Tim Wright. He's taken him for a haircut, a manicure, shopping, perhaps an anal waxing, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I don't know any straight man who takes another man shopping for clothes. Oh my God, we got a major donation. Wow. We got our first super chat, a red super chat on the channel. This is a milestone. We got a milestone donation on the channel. Wow. This is the guy whose collection we were reviewing. Look at this. We got a milestone donation on the channel. Now, Omar, this is Baron. By the way, this is Baron Omar. This is not just any guy. This is not a peasant. This is Baron Omar making a major donation. Now, Baron Omar, I got your email, and I'm trying to do a review. But, help me help you. Help me help you. You sent me an email, and all it says is, I'm a member. And you're giving me pictures. You're not asking me any questions. You're not asking, I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to create content. What are your questions? I want to give you your money's worth. Not only are you an aristocrat, you're also a philanthropist. You're a contributor to the channel. You're a duke at this point. You've been upgraded to a duke. So you can hop on the channel if you want to join the link and ask what are your questions. Okay, so you could either hop on, you can either click the link and ask your questions live, or you can ask your questions in the chat, because I'm looking at your reviews, right? Your collection. And you got here, it's very, what do you call it? It's uneven. It's uneven. I don't know what's going on here. You got modern watches. I'm not going to say they're heavy hitters, but they're like mid hitters. They're mid hitters, right? Mid-range hitters, right? Modern Patek. By the way, this is a classic. It's a great watch. We talked about this. One of our other aristocrats has this exact watch. I think this is rose gold, if I'm not mistaken. Rose gold, right? You got the this watch, the Vacheron. Vacheron is a good watch. I like especially their system for clips. Believe it or not, this is my favorite watch you have here. Now you got these old watches. I don't know. Did you inherit these? I can't imagine the same guy who buys this would buy this. So you must have like gotten these as a gift or something. This you probably bought, okay? This again, probably you must have gotten as a gift or something, 20 years ago. I don't know. You got to tell me what are your questions, or what is the advice that you want the colonel to give you? So I can volunteer advice. There we go. Oh, you can't sell or get rid of them. No, I understand. Oh, the Cartier and the JLC. Oh, you mean it's not? Well, hold on a second. Wait. It's not a JLC. It's a Lecoultre. It's a Lecoultre. It was a wedding gift. This watch was a wedding gift. This watch is like 70 years. This watch is a 1960s watch. Are you like 80 years old? You can't. There's no way that you're 80 years old. I mean, this watch is literally from the 1960s. I mean, there's no way you got this as a wedding gift. Maybe this, I think this is from the 90s. This looks like a 90s watch. Maybe I could see that. So, okay, no, you can't get rid of them. I get it. I get you can't get rid of them. They're great. Okay, so whoever gave them to you, the in-laws, the great watches, tell them they're the best watches. The colonel says, amazing watch. Oh, the cool, the great. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, no, listen, we all have those watches. You know, it is what it is. Okay, we're close. We're same demographic almost. What can adopt me? All right, so let's get into the watch collection review. So, okay, bottom line is you're not going to get rid of this, right? You know, I have watches I inherited from my grandfather, from my father. You know, those are priceless. Those are the most valuable watches. Those are the most valuable. By the way, this is actually, it's kind of a cool watch for the time. This is a unique complication because the minutes, right? Or the minutes, I think that's a minute track. If I'm not mistaken, it's a minute track, right? It's like it goes in a thing, right? It goes around. That's by the 12. It's a complication. I mean, what's the use of it? Or no, is it a date? I don't even know. I don't know. Is it a date? Is it a date or the minutes? I'm not sure even. I don't even know. But whatever. It's Lecoultre. Okay. I would never buy this watch, but hey, if it's it's got nostalgic value, I get it. So here's what I would do. I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice right away. You got some heavy hitters. So you don't need this garbage. This is redundant. I was saying earlier before you joined, the blue dial is the only good thing about this watch. The blue dial. The blue dial is actually beautiful, but when you have already like a Rolex Daytona and you have a Vacheron overseas, especially when you have a Vacheron overseas, why do you need another time-only watch unless it's a beater? And if you are going to get a beater, right? If you're going to get a beater watch, obviously you can afford a good beater watch. So I would recommend the Rolex Yachtmaster Blue Dial, Yachtmaster 40 Blue Dial as the beater watch. For 10 grand, you're going to have a great beater watch, and it's not going to lose value, and it's versatile. When you wear the Blue Dial Yachtmaster, the tomato cans, the peasants, they're not going to know it's a Rolex. Okay, the cognoscenti will know, and it's got a useful complication. It's got a timing complication. So I would get rid of this immediately. Air King is purely for the window lickers. Okay, so I'd get rid of that, and I would get a Rolex Yachtmaster Blue Dial. That's right. Exactly. Unbelievable. Then let's talk about the next steps. So I'd get rid of this, get a Rolex gray dial, two-tone. I got the two-tone chocolate dial. Frankly, actually, for you, now that I know you're 53, I didn't know what, now I know. If I were you, I'd get the two-tone because once you're past 40, you want some gold. The two-tone with the chocolate dial, you like it. Trust me. Get the two-tone charcoal dial. They're cheap. 12 grand, you can get it. You'll be very happy with it. I'd get rid of this watch. The Rolex ceramic is garbage. And hang on a second. What I would do is this. If I were you, I would do this. If you need to have, if you absolutely must have a Daytona blue dial, excuse me, if you want to have a Daytona, if you need to have a Daytona, I would get this. This is a bad picture. It's a bad picture, but it's a white gold blue dial. 35 grand roughly is the price. This watch is a future classic. Again, I'm not really a Daytona fan because I don't need the timing complication. So here's what I would do. So obviously you got the budget, right? You got watches you could sell if you really need to liquidate stuff, right? So I would get rid of your black Rolex Daytona. It's a very common watch. It's for the peasants. It's for low life trash. You're not low life trash. You're a gentleman of wealth and taste, an aristocrat. Since you're a member of the channel and you've donated money, which makes you a duke of the channel and a great philanthropist, I would say, hang on a second. Let's see if we can pull this up. So we're going to give you the best advice possible. What's the reference number? Shit. I don't know how to pull it. I don't know. I don't know how. Okay, Rolex. Whatever. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh shit, it's not coming up now. Rolex Daytona. Daytona. Okay. Hang on. There we go. Okay, this is what I'll do. Okay, so here's what you do. Immediately get rid of the Explorer and get rid of the basic Daytona. And instead you get the blue dial. How much are they going for? What's the cheapest? The cheapest is 37,000. You could probably get this for 35,000. Again, the blue dial on this watch is absolutely stunning. You like blue dials, right? You like the blue dials. It's white gold, and this is going to be like the John Mayer. I'm telling you. I mean, I would buy this watch if I could stand, if I could really stand the Daytona, and I hate the Daytona. So if I didn't hate the Daytona, I would buy this watch. And I explained to you why I hate it because I don't use those complications. I'm not a race car driver. I use the Rolex Yachtmaster. But if you got to have the Daytona, if you got to get out of your system, this is the watch to get for roughly 35,000. Don't pay a penny more than 35,000. And look at this. You're getting this beautiful red inside. You're getting this red. You're getting red, white, and blue. The blue is amazing. It's a white gold watch, so it's low key. Nobody's going to know it's white gold unless you're talking to, aristocrats. Only the aristocrats will know that this is a white gold watch. So, oh shit. The Air King. Oh shit. Oh, in that case, it's a great watch. Tell them it's an amazing watch. It's an amazing watch. The Air King, the best watch ever. Okay. Hang on a second. Oh, wait a minute. You're telling me that, I didn't know that. Okay. So, wow. So on the Le Culte, okay. So that 20 at the top, that's the power reserve. Oh, hang on a second. Let me switch. That's the power reserve. Wow. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. In that case, yeah, I mean that's bizarre. But yeah, okay. So which watches can you sell? Uh, you can't sell the Air King. You can't sell the Air King. Okay. How about the Daytona? Can you get rid of the Daytona? Yeah. Can't get rid of he cannot get rid of the Air King. Okay. The Daytona blue dial. I don't know which one. Okay. Omar, it would okay, okay, the Daytona can okay. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'll tell you why you want to get rid of the Daytona. Yeah, the black. The black is a horrible color. I mean, it's a color of death. I mean, it's got no. I don't know why. I don't know why people like that. Look, what happened is you were watching these low life channels, these Archie luxuries. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You were watching these low life channels, and you got influenced. That's what happens. You're like Keslowitz. That poor kid Keslowitz. This poor kid Keslowitz. He's making porno movies in Chatsworth, California, and he watches Archie luxury, and he gets influenced into buying, the worst Pateks, the worst Rolexes. It's what happens. But you got to get rid of this. The black dial is like death. It's like it's got no vibrancy. It's got no life to it. It's boring. It's shit. Get rid of this immediately. I think it's what, 20 grand. I don't even know what these go for. 20 grand or whatever. Whatever you get, I don't even know what these go for. I don't care. I just get you'd probably know better than me. In terms of modern Patek Calatrava, this is a classic watch. I think it's a great watch. I would not buy this watch personally, only because I talked about this before. Look, it's a great classic watch. It's a big size. So first of all, it's a huge size. I can't wear it. And for me, I'd rather get a vintage Calatrava for about 10 grand or less. So I don't see the value proposition. These are selling at discounts. It's dead money. Like, I'm not saying, I don't know how much you're into it for. I don't know how much you paid for it. There's better watches out there in terms of if you needed to trade, but like if you sell it, you're going to take a hit. If you really like it, it's a good dress watch. Look, you don't need to have a million watches. You don't listen to these tomato cans out there. All you really need is you just got to fine tune the collection. If you really needed to, you can keep this watch, right? Keep the Patek. It's a classic watch. And maybe you can put it on a different strap, like something a little bit more lively. Maybe like a beige crocodile, like a beige color crocodile strap, which would be a little bit livelier. Because this looks a little too, it's a little too formal, very formal. This is the Vacheron also. It's kind of a dead money watch. Good looking watch, right? I don't know what to make of it. I don't know how much you're into it if you want to get rid of it or whatever. It's like you already have time only watches. I kind of get it. Like I get the thing. I don't know what, it's kind of like it's a good watch in terms of if I were to get a Vacheron, I would get like the dual time. You know what I mean? Like I would get the dual time watch, and you already have a time only watch, right? So you don't need more. You have, it's like redundant, right? You don't need to have 5 time only watches. This is a great watch. Before you showed up, I was asking, is this a lapis dial? To me, this looks like a lapis dial. I think it's actually the best watch in the collection. It's probably also inherited or a gift. It's a great 70s, early 80s Piaget. I think it's a lapis dial. Those things are going up in value. So, Le Mans. The Le Mans is a dog. I hate the Le Mans. Dog with fleas. White gold. Yeah. Yeah. So check it out. Look, check out. Again, listen. I'm not telling you about the Yachtmaster. I'm not a salesman for the company. They're not. They're not paying me a penny, although they should, right? They should be paying me. They're not paying me. I don't really care. I have no like axe to grind here. Like I don't really give a shit. And the Yachtmaster 40, right? I don't like. I only think. Oh, what is it? There's a lot of cheap ones. I only think it's a good watch. In terms of its. Okay. I'm sorry. When I talk about Yachtmaster 40, I'm talking about the modern one, right? I'm not talking about the old dog. I'm talking about the modern Yachtmaster 40, which is basically this guy here. Oh, hang on a second. Let me pull this up. I'm talking about this guy over here, right? Yachtmaster 40. This is the classic to get. If you can get it for around 10 grand. Again, you already have a blue. I think it's a beautiful dial. And again, you know, I prefer, again, this is my preference, was the two-tone, only because, you know, I like the rose gold. I like the chocolate. To me, it's a warmer color. I already had, you know, blue dials or whatever. But the classic, look, if you have to get one, if you have to go with the Yachtmaster, you go with a blue dial. My choice is the chocolate dial, even though I know that the chocolate dial is going to be less desirable. But, you know, I have no plans to sell. Basically, it's a watch I enjoy. I like it. I wear it all the time. You know, where is it? I don't know where it is. It's about, I think the prices went up. Where is it? I don't know. You know what it looks like, right? It's kind of like this. Is this a chocolate dial or black dial? You don't want the black dial. You want the chocolate dial. What is this, black dial? No, you don't want the black dial. The black dial is a dog. If you're gonna go with a two-tone, you gotta get. Hang on a second. You gotta get chocolate. Let me see. Chocolate. There we go. Chocolate. There we go. That's what I should have done. Low to high. Wow, they went up in price. You know what it looks like. You know, I think it's a little overpriced. Frankly, I wouldn't pay 14 grand for it right now. I wouldn't. I would get the blue dial. I have the chocolate today. I would not pay 14. I would not pay for. I wouldn't pay more than 12 grand for it. I'd rather get the blue dial. Frankly, this is a ripoff. It's not worth 14 grand. I would get the blue dial. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that these things are trading above the blue dial. You want the blue dial. Again, the modern blue dial. Now, so basically, Meteorite GMT. Ooh. You know, I'm not a fan of I like the date. Hang on. Okay. Oyster Flex. Yeah, the Oyster Flex, the black rubber is no good. Yeah, look, the Calatrava is a beautiful watch. And in person, it looks a lot better than the photos. Yeah, it looks it looks yeah, you don't want to sell it. Yeah, you don't want to sell the Calatrava because you're going to take a hit. I think it's basically dead money. So, you know, it's kind of dead money. It's a beautiful watch. You know what? Listen, you know what? If you got it, I don't know, you got it at retail as a gift to yourself. You know what? It doesn't matter. This is like, you got all these tomato cans. They got spreadsheets. About are they up? Are they down? Do they make money? They lose money. Listen, when you're buying a watch for yourself, right? If you're buying a watch for yourself, like as a reward for, achieving a milestone, accomplishing something, okay, you set a goal and then you tell yourself, okay, when I achieve this goal, I'm going to buy this watch as a reward to myself. as a motivation, then it doesn't matter what the fuck you pay for the watch, because it doesn't matter. It's psychological. It's the watch is the reward, and you don't want to be cheap about the couple thousand plus or minus and thinking about resale. That's for tomato cans. So you know what? Enjoy the Calatrava. It's a great watch. It's actually one of the good. I think this is one of the only good modern watches they're making, because look, what you're getting here, the bezel is beautiful, right? The hobnail, the clou de Paris, the hands, these Dauphine hands are great. The hour markers beautifully executed. The minute, the second track or whatever, I don't care for, but it's not terrible. And then you got the movement in the back, right? You got the movement in the back you look at. It's a great watch. Maybe you want to go with different straps, see what, I'd get something a little more lively. You can always change it up. It's not a big deal. But you know what? If I were you, don't buy the strap from Patek. Patek is going to rip you off. They're going to charge you $600. They're going to take you 6 months. Instead, go to go to Paris. You got to go to Camille Fournet. Camille Fournet. They actually make the straps for Patek. That's right, Camille Fournet. And you order a bespoke strap in like a creamy beige color, cappuccino mochaccino color, in the alligator crocodile, shiny crocodile, whatever, and it's going to be great. Oh yeah, Piaget Lapis doll is great. Oh, you bought that used? Wow, you bought a vintage. You bought the Piaget used. That's interesting, because you got all modern watches. So it's very unusual for a guy to go from all modern to to all whatever. Yeah, I agree. You might want to have a two-tone. You might want to have a two-tone just as like a beater, and also, it's heavy. The gold. I don't know. I don't like when something is too heavy. You know what? Let me make a recommendation here. This is the watch personally that's on my list, which is, I'm just waiting for prices to drop, because I kind of feel they're going to go down in value. But again, if you're doing a trade, I would get, like Scott was saying, you can get these for about in the 50s. I would get, you know what? Look, if you had to like get rid of some stuff, maybe get rid of the Vacheron. The Vacheron is kind of, I don't know. It doesn't, what does it do? It's a time-only watch. You have other time-only, like, why do you need to have another time-only watch? So, the Rolex Meteorite white gold with a baguette markers is an amazing watch. It's not going to go up in value. It's dead money, basically. It's probably going to stay around the 50 grand range for forever. But it's a great watch. So I think the Day-Date would probably be better. In terms of, if you do like Vacheron, though, I'll tell you what. If you like Vacheron, Vacheron. Okay, so here's what, look, if you like Vacheron and you want to be kind of in that same range or whatever, I would get a complication, like a dual time. Wow, these have dropped in value. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. But this is from China or something. I don't know, but it looks legit. You're getting a Vacheron. It's a dual time watch. It's a JLC movement, so it's very reliable. I think the dial is beautiful. Okay, this like tapisserie, whatever you want to call it. You got a useful complication. You got a calendar. You got your calendar, and you got the dial, right, which is the best type of calendar. You got 2 time zones. You got the same bracelet that you have now. If you like that bracelet, you got that same exact bracelet. 13 grand. I'm almost tempted to buy this myself. Holy shit, these things are dropping. These things are dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. Oh my God. Wow. 13 G's? Now, again, I don't know this guy. I don't know the details. I don't know anything. But these are, wow. You're going to have to pay for the gold. You're going to have to pay. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, okay. So, okay. So I'll tell you what. If you travel all over the world, right? I would say if you're going to be traveling, I mean, I don't know what cities you're going to. I don't know if you're going to Chomostan, Bukyakistan, Kyrgyzstan. You know, you go to Dubai, Singapore, Colombia. You know, these are all different. You know, you go to London. You know, I don't know if you're going to like, you know, places that are, you know, let's say a little bit sketchy. You don't want to have a Patek. You know, you want to have something maybe, you know, yeah, there you go. I would say you're gonna want like a dual time watch, and I think this is actually the best buy. So if you get this for 14 grand, you got a dual time, right? You got a dual time watch. It's stainless steel. You know, not everybody's gonna know what this is. Not everybody's gonna know what this is. You know, I don't think you know, they're probably not gonna rob you for Vacheron. I mean, I don't know. It's not. This is not on the hit list. You know what I mean? It's not like. And look at it. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the power reserve. Look at this silvery thing. I mean, this is beautiful, right? It's a low-key watch. It could take a beating, right? You know, you're at some ladyboy hotel in Bangors or Hong Kong, honkers, you know, with ladyboy prostitutes or whatever. You're getting those the showers, whatever, the juice shower. This is the watch you're going to wear. It's a waterproof watch, right? You can't take a Patek to those places, right? This is the best watch in my opinion. Now, the one that I have is, hang on a second. The one that I have is this. It's basically this watch. Hang on a second. Which is the same movement, but it's not as good. It's not as versatile because it's a dress watch. I have it in rose gold. I paid 9 grand, and you can get them for 9 grand today. Look at this. You don't want the steel. It's garbage. I would get hang on a second. Here we go. Yeah, basically, this is the watch I have. You can get this for 9. You can probably get it for less than 9 grand, full set. If you get this, make sure you get the full set. And the advantage of this, again, it's the same exact movement as the Vacheron. The difference is you turn this little button over here. You turn that little button, and that gives you, that moves the other cities. It moves the other cities for you. So, you know, you change it. And I mean, I think it's actually just a gimmick. I mean, I don't think it's that useful, but whatever. I mean, but you can change. I mean, if you're traveling to 5 different cities in one day, then you don't want to putz around with the thing. You just want to click that button and it changes the cities for you automatically. So that's what I like about it. And you got a beautiful movement. You got a deployment clasp. It's solid gold. Again, I changed out my strap. And they also make this. You know what? They make this in a couple of different versions. And they make this in a platinum version with a blue dial. I saw one listed, which is, I think, a very cool watch. Let's see. There we go. Is this a blue dial? Hang on. Yeah, okay. This is a bad picture. This is the same exact watch. It's a blue dial and it's a platinum for 13 grand. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it. It's you know, this is the movement. It's what it looks like. It's all platinum. It's a limited edition, 1 out of 200. By the way, this limited edition stuff is bullshit. 250 pieces is like, you know, that's not a limited edition. But that's the watch. Look at that dial. That's the way all the dials are exactly the same. They all sit down like that. So it's kind of like a little stadium. In my opinion, if I were you, I would get the Vacheron. I think the Vacheron is a much better deal. You know? Oh yeah, 3940. Yeah. Yeah, 3940 is great. You know what? 3940 is good. I think the price is, you know, if I were getting started today, like if I were to get started in that range, I would go 5140, which is the newer version, and it's cheaper. And you know, I actually like this. It's a chocolate dial, rose gold. I would get this. I mean, like, again, if you have these other watches or whatever, because you have other blue dials, white, this is something different. The only problem with the chocolate dial is it's not really versatile. It means, like, you know, I mean, I don't know what you wear, like whatever, but, you know, it's a chocolate dial, you know, brown dial basically, which I think is beautiful. It's an amazing looking watch. It's an amazing looking watch. Okay. And it's bigger than the 3940, right? I'm actually thinking of trading my 3940 for 5140. Because maybe I could get some money out and, you know, maybe get a different one. But the chocolate dial is great. It's more of a bronze. You got to see it in person. You got to see this watch in person. You got to get full set box papers. Again, it's the reason I like the chocolate, frankly, is because it's much easier to read. And I don't know about you, but, you know, I'm getting, you know, a little bit older, you know, and, you know, it's hard to see close up. You know, it's hard to see up close, you know, without putting on reading glasses. These numbers are so tiny. So you want the watch to be, you want to be a little bit more legible, and you have the white on dark contrast that makes it a lot more legible. So really, this watch is going to be a lot more usable, and I think it's a better watch. I don't know where you live. I don't know, you know, which city you live in, but, you know, I mean, I don't know what kind of the way people, you know, I don't know what the, you know, I don't know where you are, but this is not like, you know, you need kind of the right outfit. It's not for everybody. I love this chocolate. I might even get this. I'm tempted if the price was right, if it got cheap. And I think these prices are still dropping. I think the 5140s are dropping. The other option, which is beautiful, is the blue dial. Platinum. I think those are the two good options. Platinum, blue dial, or chocolate, rose gold. I think that's kind of the smart play. The problem is, oh shit, Rancho Santa Fe. Wow, my favorite area. Wow. Actually, I know a guy who might live in your neighborhood. That's funny. Oh my God. Wow. You know what's funny? Omar, you know, the Colonel bought his Bentley in Rancho Santa Fe. That's right. I bought the Bentley from the car dealer. You know, you got that used car dealer who's in that mall in Rancho Santa Fe. It's kind of like that little shopping center. You know, the used car guy. He's got all the, you know who I'm talking about. I forgot his name. The guy is an asshole. Okay, he's a scumbag, but he gets very nice cars, right? Rancho Santa Fe. Wow, what a beautiful place. Just make sure you got good fire insurance. Listen, if I was in Rancho Santa Fe, I would get the chocolate dial. I would get the chocolate. No, it's the used car guy. I didn't buy my car new. I bought it used. You know, it's the guy. He's in that like shopping mall, and he's got like a store. He's got a bunch of cars. He gets like, you know, whatever, high-end cars, basically. He gets consignments. And what happened was he got my car as a consignment from like a local guy. It's a local guy who lives, I think, in Rancho Santa Fe. And he got the car on consignment. He sold me the car. I was stupid. I never bought a used car before from like a guy, whatever. And he didn't give me the title. I should have gotten the title right away, right? Like, and I figure, okay, all of a sudden I'm getting a story. You know, weeks go by, I'm not getting the title. I start like going crazy because I realize, shit, these guys, a lot of these dealers, they basically can sell your car. They don't have a title to the car. You don't. They got your money. You got no title, and you basically have to sue them. I mean, essentially, it's a civil case, right? I had to make all sorts of threats to go to the DMV, whatever, and I finally got the title. I think what happened was he basically, my take is he got the car on consignment, and he was probably trying to make some extra money from the guy, trying to work out a deal with a consignor. And, you know, he got the title, but he probably made a little bit less money. He was probably trying to be a wise guy. And, you know, it took a month for me to get the title. But anyway, but lesson learned is make sure you get the title when you hand over the money from any of these low-life, degenerate used car dealers. That's right. Unless it's like you know, like a, what do you call it? Like, you know, maybe one of these franchise, like a Mercedes, you know, whatever, Mercedes San Diego, whatever, you know, a big dealer like that, you know, they're probably not going to screw you. But one of these local yokel type of guys, yeah, you got to watch out. Yeah. So look, if I was you, you're in Rancho Santa Fe. It's kind of a casual place. You know, the environment is kind of beige. You know, it gets like brown from the sun in the summer. You know, all the hills turn brown. It's got that, like, this is the watch. I would get this watch in chocolate. I think it just goes with that environment. It's more casual. You get this on the beige strap, and you know, I mean, you know, if you get like a nice tan, the watch is going to look amazing. This is the watch, and you know, nobody knows what this watch is. I mean, I shouldn't say nobody knows what it is. The wrong people won't know this watch. The Kakistanis, the Archies of the world, they don't get this. The only problem is, the problem with this watch is, it's dead money. It's not going to appreciate for quite a while. So you got to get into it for like 40 grand. Do not pay more than like low 40s. Don't pay more than low 40s. You got to get a full set. And, you know, these come up at auction. These come up at Christie's, Sotheby's, the watch auctions, Phillips. If I were you, I would maybe wait to get it at one of these auctions. And you might be able to get it for like 40 grand all in with the premium. And the 3940 is increasing in value. It's increasing in value. So the 3940, what's the smarter buy? If you're thinking like an accountant, you go with a 3940 because it's increasing in value. But what are you going to get? The cheapest 3940 is 50 grand now. And you're going to get, it's usually going to be a naked watch. Maybe whatever. You're going to get a yellow gold, which is, I don't know. The yellow gold is like, it's okay. It's not bad. Again, they're selling naked watches. Wow, this picture looks amazing. This is like a second series, I think. Second series, 80s, early 80s. I mean, the picture makes this watch look amazing, actually. Let me back that up. Okay, I'm looking at this and wow, I mean, this looks better than my white gold, actually. Yeah, the yellow gold it looks great. But second series. Wow. They make the pictures look so good. If if you want to think like an accountant, you get the 3940 because these are definitely increasing in value. It's the blue chip. You know what? The smart move is to get the 3940. The practical move is I'd get the 5140 rose gold chocolate dial because, in 10 years, you're going to be in your 60s and it's going to be hard for you to read this dial. Seriously. I don't know. I don't know how your eyesight is, but, the numbers are very small. They're hard to read. Yeah, they're hard to read. The problem with Patek is, by the time you can afford to buy one of these watches, you're already middle-aged and, your eyesight is not good. You can't see the numbers. So, that's why, I like the blue or the brown dial because, it's easier to read. Oh, okay. You know what? Okay. If your eyesight is great, yeah, you don't know. I don't mean, it's, I don't know. It's like, apparently what happens is the reading, the up close gets difficult. But I don't know. Look, if you're in your early 50s, I think you'll be okay then. If your eyesight is good now, you're probably not going to have any problems. So I would take a shot. Listen, it doesn't matter. It's kind of, look, one is going to be 40 grand, one is going to be 50 grand. The difference is the 3940 is going to be increasing in value, whereas the 5140 is going to be dead money for a couple of years. I think it's going to start going up, but it's not going to go up like the 3940 because the 3940 is going to be considered the blue chip of the range. It's already doubled in like the last, 4 years. It's basically doubled already. Well, I shouldn't say doubled, but almost doubled. So, yeah. All right, gentlemen's, we're going to wrap up the program unless we got any further questions. We're going to be thanking our show sponsors. We got Duke Green Rush with the $20 show sponsorship. And we got Duke Omar with the watch collection review and the super chat. That's it. Okay. You know what? Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Now we are talking. Actually, we're talking. We are talking my favorite watch. If you can wear it, I don't know how big your wrist is. This is better. Okay, so this watch, the Royal Oak Dual Time, it's exactly the same movement as the JL. It's the JLC movement. Okay, it's a JLC movement. It's the same thing as the Vacheron. The Vacheron has the JLC movement. Same exact thing. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. The deal is this. The deal is the Royal Oak is a much more beautiful watch. It's amazing. But again, if you're using it for travel, again, I don't know, if you're in like strange locations, Royal Oak is a flashy watch. Royal Oak is on. That's a watch that people know what it is. When you got a Royal Oak, all the lowlives, they know it's a Royal Oak, and they're gonna look at it. But this is in terms of, I think this is really, if you're gonna go with a dual time, this is the way to go for a dual time. If you're not, again, if you're not worried about like safety issues, that type of thing. So these are older, right? So you start off with something like this, which is from the 80s, two-tone. You may have a service issue at some point. You may have to pay a couple of grand for service. I think these are a good investment. These are going to increase in value. Royal Oak Dual Time, these are cheap. It's actually undervalued for what it is. If you have a big wrist, this is a great watch on a strap. Oh, this is a cheap price. Holy shit. Wow, it's a cheap price. The problem is, okay, so it's a box. He's got no paper. So basically, it's really a naked watch. The box has no value. See, basically, there's no papers. He bought the box. Basically, it's a naked watch. So it's dual. The problem with this watch is it wears very big. It's a 39 millimeter. It wears like a 43 mil. It wears very big. The strap flares out. I like the way it looks, but it wears gigantic. It wears gigantic. So hang on a sec. Black dial, you don't want a black dial. Steel, this is what you get. I think, though, if I were to get this, if I were you, I would go two-tone or gold. And by coincidence, I have a full gold dual-time Royal Oak in great condition available for 35 grand, okay? 35 G's, 35 grand. Bottom line price. That's the bottom line price. I can show you what it looks like. But basically, I'll show you what it looks like. This is not my watch. It's basically this watch. It's like this. Actually, no, no, this is a different. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, excuse me. Hang on a second. Mine is solid gold. Where is it? Stand by. Okay. Okay, basically, okay, this is the watch. It's 36 millimeter. And if you want, email me. I can get you this watch $35,000 is the price, bottom line price. The watch is naked, no box papers. It's like mint. I don't want to say mint condition, but it's like very good condition. There's like, it's beautiful condition. And yeah, and it wears great. It's 36 millimeters, so it basically wears like a Rolex Explorer. So if you actually, the Rolex Explorer, I'm not sure what size that is. Your Explorer, is that a 36 or is that like I don't know what size, but this watch is a 36 millimeter watch. So if you get that watch for 35 grand, I would say that's money in the bank because that's going to increase in value. And the one I have is a newer version. This is the older version. The one I have is a newer version. It's like a 2000. It's a 2005. 2005 is the date, and it's actually a steal, frankly. Hang on a second. So this is in steel. That's basically the watch. If I were to buy it myself, I like the two-tone. Personally, I like the two-tone for Royal Oak, but hang on a second. Let me go back to the screen. But Royal Oak, again, if you're not worried about safety issues? Shit. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. Here's what we're going to do for you. Here is what we're going to do for you. Hang on a second. Here's what we're going to do right now. One moment. I'm going to show you what the watch looks like. Wait. I'll show you what the watch looks like. Right now, we're going to show you the watch, which is we're gonna do a little review. One second. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so this is the watch. This is the watch available for you, 35 grand, solid gold, yellow gold, Audemars Piguet, 2005 Royal Oak dual time. If you notice, this is the more modern version.
Watch fans, we've got a quick review of the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak dual time.
You notice the dial. It's a silvery white dial. It's got like I don't want to use the word vibration, but it's got a lot. This is the era when AP Royal Oaks. This is when they started getting good. The older ones that you saw, they're kind of dark. The tapisserie is too small. This thing is like, it looks amazing. The silvery white, the tapisserie is great. Again, if you're going to go with Royal Oak, you kind of want that like 2005 and beyond. So this is the watch. On my wrist, actually. I'm showing, this is on the wrist. And I have, what is it? Got a 6 1/4. I got a 6 1/4 inch wrist. We got some extra links. There you go. That's the watch. Solid gold. So if interested, email me. We can get you this watch. I'll reply back in an email. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, deliver to you, and we'll have it delivered to you in Rancho Santa Fe. All right. Anyway, this is the watch. But I would say, if you asked, it's exactly the same movement as the Vacheron dual time that you saw, which was 14,000. So stainless steel Vacheron for 14,000 or Royal Oak dual, same watch in yellow gold for 35,000. You know, what's the difference? One is gold, one is a Royal Oak, and the other is a Vacheron. That's basically, I think they're actually the same era. I think they're roughly, no, I think the Vacheron is actually later. I think the Vacheron is 2010s. So, yeah, but that is the deal. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you all on the next one.